Ellie, you frickin' kleptomaniac! I thought I made it crystal clear the last time you did this that you need to stop taking my things. I'm not putting up with this anymore. Oh my goodness, Kathy, I am hurt. Oh, devastated even. You're my favorite big sister in the whole world. Do you really think I would stoop so low as to steal something from you? Yes, you do this all the time, Ellie. Yeah, I know I do. So, you're gonna have to be more specific. What are you mad about me taking this time? My wallet! I was looking for it everywhere, but then I found it in the last place I expected, your Instagram feed. You've got some nerve, you know that? Your caption was like, "Hey everyone, check out the new wallet that I just got. It was a total steal." You can say that again, you stole it from me. Oh, yeah, that wallet. I forgot I took that one. But yeah, that's mine now. Oh, and don't worry about everything you had in there. I went to the trouble of throwing it all away for you. You don't need to thank me. It was my pleasure. I am not in the mood for this right now, Ellie. You are going to return my wallet and all of its contents to me immediately. You know, Ellie, I would love to give you your wallet back. Really, I would. But the trouble is, I like it way too much. And besides, it doesn't look good on you. It's practically the cutest wallet in the entire world, and you're practically the ugliest woman in the entire world. It complements my feminine features better, so I am never giving it back to you. Yeah, I've heard this all before. Shut up and give me back my wallet. I don't know. I also feel somewhat of a moral obligation to keep this wallet away from you. A moral obligation to steal? You're gonna have to explain that one to me. Wait, don't actually explain. I don't care. Too late, here it comes. This is an incredibly high-quality wallet made with care by a classy brand, Kathy. If I were the 8-year-old sweatshop worker who made this thing, I think it would make me cry knowing a classless slob like you was using it. That's a new one I just came up with the other day. Isn't it great? I really wish that you would put that creativity to better use than coming up with insults to hurl at me after you steal my things. Anyway, we've been through this routine before, and I am bored already. And I've put up with this crap from you in the past, but I will not let you get away with it this time. That's not just any wallet. That's the wallet that my husband Ken gave to me. What? Are you kidding? That pathetic loser gave you this? How did he even know this brand existed? He seems like the kind of guy to grab whatever's on sale at the department store for a gift. He gave it to me for my birthday, and it's very special to me. Now give it back. I'm putting my foot down, Ellie. I will not let you take that from me. Oh my God, I am cracking up right now. This is like the craziest thing to happen to me this month. Your ugly loser, tasteless husband actually has the sense and cash to buy you a wallet like this? Excuse me? You know, maybe I was wrong about him. Maybe he's not as big of a tasteless, senseless loser with all the fashion knowledge of a 90-year-old hillbilly. I mean, it does suck that he's as ugly as sin, so I'd rather avoid interacting with him if at all possible. But if he's got the kind of money to buy you a wallet from that brand, I think maybe it's time I gave him a chance. You're a piece of work, Ellie. Okay, I'm gonna go now. One of the models I follow is starting up a live stream soon. Oh, and about the wallet, I'm not gonna give it back to you, ever. So give it up. If you have time off tomorrow, why don't you go shopping for a new one? They've got some that are right up your alley at the dollar store. Hello? Kathy, are you there? Why aren't you answering my texts? In case you didn't notice, I just sent you a picture of my adorable new handbag. Did you see it? Well, what do you think? Isn't it adorable? Doesn't it look fantastic with my shoes? I am waiting for your compliments. Get a move on, girly. So here I was, sitting here minding my own business, drinking a cup of coffee, then out of nowhere I get approximately 10 million notifications within a minute, all of them from you. And then I open my phone to see that you had just sent me the same selfie of your new handbag once every second for a solid 10 minutes. I mean, I honestly didn't even notice the handbag until you mentioned it to me. I wasn't sure what you wanted me to say, so I just decided to ignore you until you gave me more specific instructions. How dare you? I went out of my way to show you how hot I look with my new handbag, and that's all you have to say to me? Holy moly, Ellie, that is such a wonderful bag. There, is that what you were looking for? You can do way better than that. I can't, actually. So what's the story with the new handbag, huh? Not that I care. Did your boyfriend buy it for you? My boyfriend? That loser? Yuck. I don't even want to think of that loser right now. I broke up with him. He wasn't helping me live my best life. Nope. This particular handbag was a present from none other than, drumroll please, your husband. What? Ken bought that for you? He is such a sweetheart, Kathy. I barely even had to butter him up at all. I just asked for the bag and he immediately got out his credit card. It's really too bad that he's such an ugly mug. If not for that, he'd be like the perfect guy. What the hell is wrong with you? You went and begged your own sister's husband for a new handbag? Granted, I'm almost equally perplexed at why Ken would actually give in to your mooching and buy it for you, but that's a conversation we can have another day. I'll save you the time. It's obvious he bought it for me because he couldn't resist a request from a hottie like me. I mean, why would he buy presents from a frumpy old hag like you when he can buy them for a younger, prettier, cuter girl like me? You've used those insults on me way too many times for them to have any effect, you know? Oh yeah? Then how about this? I was honestly shocked at how easy it was to get Ken to open up his wallet for me. Like, I wasn't even laying it on too thick or anything. I was just putting on the same sweet and innocent act that I always use on men. But that was all it took for him to give me everything I wanted and then some. Oh, and get this. I told him that I was low on cash to pay my rent this month, and do you know what he did? We went straight to the nearest ATM, and he withdrew enough to pay for the entire month. Ugly guys are so easy to manipulate when you're at least semi-decent looking. Okay, you got me there. That is shocking. Also, stop that, you incorrigible harlot. You're not going to use my husband as your sugar daddy. It's not like I asked him to do anything, though. It's not my fault. All I had to do was play the damsel in distress, and he immediately jumped into his role as my knight in shining armor. Don't act like you're innocent here. You knew exactly what you were doing. Yeah, and so did your husband. You should be getting mad at him, not me. My God, though, being born beautiful really is like going through life on easy mode. Whatever I want, there is always some guy standing around who's willing to give it to me, with the proper incentives, of course. You're not selecting easy mode, you're hacking the game's source code. You do nothing but steal the things I bought with my hard-earned money and mooch off of stupid men. Including my husband, as it turns out. I'm telling you, Ellie, stay away from my husband. Never go anywhere near him again. Tell me, Kathy, have I ever listened to anything you've told me to do? Like, even once? No, never. What makes you think this time is going to go any different? Ellie? Okay, well, I'm going to go now. I want to go do some shopping to show off this new bag to all the girls at the store. Oh, I'm also going to post some more pictures on Instagram later on, so be sure to like them, okay? Hey there, Kathy. Oh, great, wonderful, just what I needed. All right, Ellie, let's have it. What did you steal from me this time? Or what have you seduced my husband into buying for you this time? Hey, come on, don't steal my thunder. For the record, I did not steal any of your things this time, and I did not seduce your husband into buying anything. Okay, then what do you want? So today's your wedding anniversary, right? I just wanted to wish you a very special congratulations. Very special, eh? Well, thanks, I guess. Yeah, it's our anniversary, and Ken got us a reservation at a really nice restaurant downtown. Aw, that's so sweet of him. I bet you're really looking forward to it. But that's kind of what I wanted to talk to you about right now. I'm really, really sorry to tell you this, but Ken's not coming to the restaurant tonight. Uh-huh. And you know this how? How do you think? He's here with me right now. What? I have 3 very important announcements to make. First of all, you're divorced now. And second, I'm married now. And third, go ahead and eat all you want at that restaurant because you're going to be eating all alone. Hold on. I'm not sure I understand what's going on here. I'm divorced? How? I forged your signature on a set of divorce papers for you and Ken, so as of about an hour ago, the two of you are officially divorced. What? Do you realize you just confessed to a crime right now? And, wait a minute. Oh no. Oh, don't tell me. Looks like you finally caught on. That's right. I'm married to your husband. I know you haven't noticed, but the truth is that we've been seeing each other behind your back for a few months. Ken has fallen out of love with you and is madly in love with me now. And just like I convinced him to buy me that handbag a while back, I convinced him to dump you and upgrade to a superior model, namely me. I don't believe this. What is the matter with you two? Ellie, didn't you always say that Ken was ugly? What happened to that? You were constantly making fun of him. And I stand by those statements 100%. However, I'm a practical girl, Kathy. There's no way I would pass up an opportunity to lock down a guy willing to shell out thousands of dollars for me on a whim. I was never interested in him before since he's ugly and all, but now I find out he's actually something of a corporate big shot. That sealed the deal for me, a rich guy with job security who pampers me. It's a dream come true. That's why you had an affair with your own sister's husband? That's it? It was just for money? What do you mean, just for money? Money is a perfectly good reason, I'd say. Do you have any idea how much money it costs to be hot these days? I have to buy all the hottest fashion trends while they're still in fashion and then do it all over again in a few months when it goes out of fashion. Not to mention makeup, massages, personal trainers, that sort of thing. All that shopping adds up. I need a guy with plenty of money who's willing to let me spend as much as I want, and Ken fits that bill perfectly. You've got to be out of your mind. I knew you were a kleptomaniac, but now I know you're much worse than that. You're a straight-up sociopath. No, I'm not. I'm making a perfectly rational decision. I mean, the only real drawback he has is the fact that he's hideously ugly. But with the kind of money he's got, I can always just force him to get plastic surgery. You wouldn't believe how advanced that industry is these days. You might want to give it a shot yourself. Plastic surgery? You're going to make your own husband get plastic surgery? I'm glad you recognize that he's not your husband anymore. He's mine. The signature on the divorce papers apparently looked real enough for that dunce at the courthouse to accept it. So starting today, you're single again, and I get to kick off my life as the pampered wife of a wealthy businessman. Seriously, Ellie, I can't thank you enough. Huh? This is like a dream come true for me. It's hard to take it all in. I can't believe that divorcing him would be this easy. Oh, Ellie, you are a lifesaver. Thank you so much for doing this for me. Thanks to you, I am finally free from the hell that I've been trapped in ever since we got married. So good luck with Ken. I hope you enjoy your life together. Hold it, Kathy. What's going on here? I think you may have just gone insane out of shock. So let's recap, shall we? I, your little sister, just stole your husband from you. I forged your signature in order to help him divorce you without you knowing on your anniversary. I have just single-handedly destroyed everything that you have built up for the last several years. So why are you thanking me? You've given me the best wedding gift I could have asked for. Okay, that confirms it. You have gone insane. You're happy that I stole your husband from you and not, devastated? You are by far the ugliest woman in this entire city, and an ugly guy like Ken was the only person who would ever stoop so low as to marry you. And again, I am your sister. Why aren't you pissed off at me? I have been looking forward to seeing your reaction when I broke the news to you ever since I started sleeping with him, and you are really killing my buzz right now. I'm sorry things didn't work out for you like you had hoped. But I'm just way too happy that things have worked out far better for me than I could have ever hoped. There is absolutely no reason for me to feel even the slightest bit sad about losing a guy like him. And now that I don't have to worry about all the debt he took on affecting me anymore, like I said, you really did me a solid, Ellie. Wait a second. Debt? What do you mean, debt? Actually, I've been giving serious thought to divorcing him myself lately. And just when I thought I was going to have to spend a fortune on legal fees, you came along and took him off my hands for free. The timing could not have been more perfect. You said he has debt? What kind of debt are we talking about here? Like, student debt or something? I can't imagine a guy like Ken being in debt. You said he's with you, didn't you? Why don't you go ahead and ask him yourself? Go on, ask him about how many credit card bills he's maxed out going to his favorite gentleman's club. Gentleman's club? Oh, and one more thing. Would you mind giving him a message from me while you're at it? Tell him that I've known about his debts for a long time now. He was so afraid that I'd notice if he was emptying out our bank accounts that he made a bunch of credit cards in his own name. And then, when his credit score got too low to get any more credit cards, he started making them in my name. I was going to divorce him anyway, even if he hadn't run away with my sister. So, good riddance to bad rubbish. Hold on, back up. This isn't making any sense. He's in debt from going to a gentleman's club? But no, that's impossible. He's a widely successful businessman. He's a high-ranking executive in an industry giant. He told me he's making over $200,000 a year. How does a guy like that get into debt? Shouldn't he be, smart? He always was an incredibly responsible, hard-working, intelligent man. But then one day, disaster struck. Disaster? Was he in an accident or something? No, I'm talking about you. You're the one who screwed him up, Ellie. What? I did? Back when you realized you could get money out of him, you started texting him all the time, right? And every time he gave you something, you showered him with compliments and attention. That's when he started getting the funny idea that he was actually a real ladies' man. After all, a pretty girl like you is throwing yourself at him. If he can get one pretty girl on the side, maybe he can have 2, or 3, or more. Oh. And that's when he started going to the gentleman's club. In there, he was the most eligible man in the universe. Scores of girls, even younger and prettier than you, were telling him that anyway. So he started giving more and more gifts and money to more and more girls, and before he knew it, he had maxed out 5 or 6 credit cards. No way. Yes way. The more money he gave them, the more they told him what a handsome and cool guy he was. But those are girls at a gentleman's club. They only flatter wealthy men for money. How could anyone possibly think that was real? Believe me, Ellie, I did my best to try and drag him back into reality. But nothing I said did a bit of good. He was thoroughly convinced that he was actually the hottest man on the market right now, and that they weren't after his money at all. He said that I was just trying to keep him down because I was jealous that women younger and prettier than me were paying attention to him. He also said that he was tired of being around an ugly old woman and wanted to enjoy the company of girls who were in his league. He's gone completely insane, and I don't know what to do to fix him. That's not all my fault. No, it basically is. The Ken that I married was never like this. He was always dedicated to 2 things and 2 things only, me and his work. And ever since you started poisoning his mind, he's lost interest in both of those. So he's your problem now, Ellie. I give my full blessing to your relationship with him. Do with him what you will. Oh, and about how you forged my signature, I'm not going to press charges or anything. Really, you did me a massive favor. Now I have no reason to ever meet with him again. Oh, well, I guess that's one silver lining then. Hey, can I ask you one more question? How much debt does he have right now? No clue. Couldn't tell you. All I know is that he's maxed out at least 5 credit cards in his own name and a couple in mine. So you can either do the math on that, or you can go ahead and ask him yourself. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go and pack up my things so I can move out of that godforsaken house as quickly as possible.
Kathy, you are not going to believe this. Your sister Ellie is an absolute menace. What is wrong with her? Our relationship was going really great right up until we got married. But after that, she's a completely different woman now. She won't even cook for me. She expects me to either cook or order out. I can't keep living like this. It's the worst. So, for now, do you think you can come by in the evening to make some decent dinner for me?
What? Did you eat paint chips as a kid? You cannot seriously be asking me that right now.
No, I did not eat paint chips. And yes, I am serious. Come on, Kathy. It's just dinner. What's the big deal with that? Sure, we may be divorced now, but we're still in love with each other, right?
I'm trying to decide whether I should be shouting at you or laughing at you for saying something that stupid.
What? It's not stupid. We didn't get divorced because I didn't love you anymore. I divorced you because I started to like Ellie more than you, that's all. I still love you just as much as I always have. And let me tell you what, I will always love your food. You're a fantastic cook. Just because I divorced you for your sister doesn't mean you can't come and make some dinner for me every once in a while.
I need a second to collect my thoughts after that. Okay, now then. You may not hate me, Ken, but I hate you. From the bottom of my heart, I hate you with a fiery passion that burns brighter than 1,000 suns. All the water in the universe could not quench the burning rage I have whenever the image of your dopey, smug face pops up in my mind. You called me ugly, cheated on me with my sister, and spent all your money on gifts to give to a bunch of ladies of the night. I will never feel anything but hatred for you ever again.
Don't talk like that, Kathy.
Oh, and I can also explain why Ellie hates you now. She knows just how deep in debt you are, and also why you're in debt. If you want someone to cook for you, I've got an idea. Why don't you ask one of the girls at the club to cook for you? After all, you're the hottest man in the city, aren't you? Surely you can get one of the girls you showered with money to cook a meal or two.
Yeah, about that. They banned me from the club.
What?
I'm really sorry about that, Kathy. I was such an idiot. Should have known they were just saying all that stuff for money. After I maxed out all my credit cards, I took out a loan with the house as collateral. Then, when that ran out, one night I tried to get out through a bathroom window before they brought the bill to my table. But the bouncers caught me and now I can't get in anymore.
I'm glad you realized the truth, albeit much too late. You know there's no difference between Ellie and the girls at the club, right? She was only ever after your money, too. And now that you don't have that anymore, she has no use for you. I hope you enjoyed the attention while it lasted.
I should have never divorced you. I don't want you to just cook my meals. I want to be together with you again. Will you please take me back?
Excuse me?
If you'll come back to me, I'll never do anything like this ever again.
Not a chance, you frickin' moron. I would sooner take a bath in boiling sulfuric acid than marry you again. Now, let's get down to business. You're going to pay me for all the credit cards you took out in my name. You'll be hearing from my lawyer shortly.
What?
You have until the end of the month to pay me every single cent that you owe me, or else I'll see you in court. And that's all I have to say to you. If you want to tell me something, you can tell it to my lawyer. Kathy, what's going on? Ever since yesterday, Ken's been selling a bunch of my stuff. All my handbags, purses, clothes, everything that's worth anything. Oh, that explains it. Explains what? How he was able to pay me everything he owed me in one lump sum. What? He sold all my stuff to pay you? That's not fair. It's not fair, really. You stole everything of mine that wasn't tied down. I bet a lot of the stuff you're saying was yours was actually mine in the first place. Would you get over that already? This is serious. He's telling me that I have to work to pay off his debts now. I don't know how to work. All I've ever done is Instagram modeling. But my career hasn't really taken off yet. What am I gonna do, Kathy? I told you before, Ken is your problem now. Tell you what, though, if you're looking for work, I'll bet he knows some nice gentlemen's clubs that are hiring. I was joking when I said that, but Ellie actually took me seriously. She applied to and was hired at one of Ken's favorite clubs. Ironically, though, she was a massive failure. I guess the male patrons didn't care much for her horrible personality. Ken obviously wasn't happy about that, so he told her that if she's not pretty enough to make money at a club, then she's going to have to become a full-time housewife. So long gone are her days of expensive clothing and Instagram selfies. Now she's spending all her time in an apron covered in dust, furniture polish, and cooking oil. As for Ken, he's still having trouble paying off his debts. I understand his creditors have now resorted to calling him at his office, which does not make his superiors happy. They're even talking about demoting him if it continues. So now, the not-so-happy couple is spending their evenings eating Ellie's awful cooking and arguing over who's more responsible for the situation they're in. And as for me, I'm just enjoying my newfound place, finally free of my sister's kleptomania and my husband's delusional egotism.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.